Good morning. Lieutenant O'Cades with the Wichita Fire Department. Here this morning to give an update on a fire that the Wichita Fire Department responded yesterday at 478 North Pamela. First arriving engine company 16 arrived on scene with heavy fire and smoke showing from the front of the structure. They made an aggressive fire attack along with our truck 4 for ventilation. A lot of fire was discovered up in the attic space. After the search throughout the facility, we did find a couple of pets, cats and dogs, that did perish in the fire itself. We did have two residents of the house itself were triaged code yellow for smoke inhalation and a couple other injuries. They were treated and released at the fire itself. The fire was basically started in the garage of the structure, attached garage of the structure itself. And come to find out that after investigation, there was some type of electrical malfunction in the corner of the garage. One thing that we want to remind everyone, our residents throughout the city of Wichita and the state of Kansas, to anytime you have any type of fire, regardless of how small you believe it is, we want to make sure that you emphasize calling 911. It's very important. Fire grows twice its size every minute. In the city of Wichita, the Wichita Fire Department is able to respond to house fires and any type of call within less than 5 minutes. So in that time frame, fire is still growing while we're responding. So it's very important that you call 911 and get us en route as soon as possible. Even if you are attempting to extinguish the fire, we don't advise that. We want you to be able to get out, get accounted for, and just be able to meet us in the front of the structure to be able to advise us where the location of the fire, and then make sure that everyone's accounted for and safe outside of the house itself. So again, remind you, do not try to extinguish fires itself. Call 911 as soon as you discover any type of smoke or heat or fire in the residence, and get us en route. Regardless if we arrive on scene and there's nothing there, it's better to have us there than prolong our response time and have the fire be able to extend into uninvolved areas and cause more damage. Thank you.
Guys ready? Alan King, A-L-A-N-K-I-N-G, Director of Public Works and Utilities. We had some winter weather move in last night. Started out as rain, became heavy rain, and then sometime early this morning temperatures dropped and we got some freezing rain, sleet, and snow. We started our preparations for this about midnight last night with all 60 trucks out dropping a sand-salt mixture. But unfortunately, the rain washed a lot of that away. We started up again about 4 o'clock this morning, and we're out there right now. So the streets that were done earlier and that had a lot of rainfall on them right now are pretty slick. We're putting down the sand and salt so that we can get through to the bare pavement. There are streets in the street now that are very travelable and in good condition. But unfortunately, there are still streets that are in poor condition, that are slick, and unfortunately, also it happens right at commute time, which seems like what happens when you have rain turning to ice. We will get through it. It'll take us about 8 to 12 hours to lay down another course of salt sand mix. The traffic improvements should be noticeable. We are talking about the arterials. The neighborhood streets don't get that treatment, and so they will continue to be very slick. And so we ask people to be careful when they get off of the snow routes, the arterials, and get into the neighborhood streets. Any questions?
What are you actually applying to just salt and sand in now because it's too late to put the brine down? Is that correct?
Yeah, the brine is more effective before an event, and it didn't make sense for this particular event because we knew the rain was coming and the brine washes away fairly easily. So what we're using is a 50% mix of sand and salt. It has more staying power, and it provides for the traction. So that once the slick conditions exist, you want to get something that provides some traction. And with traffic moving over the roads, with it being there, you get the street conditions improve.
And I think that's the thing that probably will help you guys also, the fact that this storm's pretty much over with. So I guess that'll help you guys get this stuff down. And then you mentioned the traffic, and there won't be any continuing precipitation.
Yeah, that's what the forecast is saying. You're right. What we're seeing is probably the worst of the conditions right now, and they'll probably only get better. The good thing is the precipitation has stopped. The bad thing is we will continue to have very cold temperatures, and they'll dip down cold through the evening hours, and so anything that melts will refreeze, certainly. And so we want people to be very careful and cautious, because roads that may, with traffic on it and with the salt sand on it, may be in pretty good condition. The next morning or over at night, we could see some refreezing conditions, so we ask everybody to exercise caution.
Having said that, will there be any further treatment you expect tomorrow morning?
Well, we'll keep treating until we get the results we want, which are all arterial streets in good travelable condition. We want to try to get down to bare pavement on all arterials. Don't really know how long that will take, but we'll just continue to put all 60 trucks on 12-hour shifts, laying down salt sand mix until we achieve those sorts of conditions.
How many trucks you have out?
60.
60 trucks. And what kind of shifts are you guys working right now?
We're working 12-hour shifts, about 7 to 7, and so we're just doing a shift change now. Want to let people know that there is an application on the city's web page, wichita.gov/snow removal, one word, and citizens can access a map that shows where our snow plows are, and depending on what kind of an interval you select, it can show how long it's been since they've been to a particular street. That might help in planning a trip or an excursion that somebody needs to make. Also, to let people know that we will be continuing to monitor the streets, but there will be, again, the neighborhood streets that won't be treated, and they could continue to be in slick conditions for some time. We ask everybody to give lots of following room, to take extra time necessary to take that trip. Conditions are going to still be slick for some period of time, and we would ask that people provide themselves enough time for their trip so that they don't have to speed or accelerate or decelerate quickly.
Can you talk a little bit about how you guys approach the treatment? Because obviously this is not so much a snow event as it is more ice, and how you go about treating as opposed to if there was snow on the ground.
Yeah, if you get enough snow, then you're going to want to put the plows down and actually plow the accumulated snow off the streets. That's not so much the case with this kind of an event. What you have is ice conditions compacted for the little bit of snow that we got. It compacts, and so really we won't be doing plows down on this kind of a response. What we'll be doing is dropping the salt and the sand, and that seems to be the most effective. Also, plowing slows us down a little bit, so if we don't have to plow, we can get more of the streets sanded quicker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ride-alongs are available. 268-4001.
What's that again now?
268-4001. Ask for Aaron, and we've got 3 trucks available for ride-alongs if y'all want to send somebody on a ride-along.
That was, what's again, 268 what?
268-4001.
And ask for?
Aaron,
Okay,
and he's waiting for them.
okay.
All right, welcome now to the Wichita Police Department Interwatch. Appreciate Lieutenant O'Cades with the Wichita Fire Department give us an update, and then also Alan King with the Director of Public Works here for the City of Wichita. Appreciate him coming and speaking a little bit about the conditions of the roads and how we are working to treat those roads. I have several things we're going to cover today, so let's get right to it. Number one, again, obviously it's very slick roads out there today, so I want to encourage everybody, if you have to go out today to pick up a child from school, I know some schools are still in session, some schools are out, but if you do have to get out, make sure that you slow down. Take a little extra time to get to that destination, wherever you may go, if you have to get out on the roads today. Don't leave your vehicle running unattended. Take that few extra minutes to warm up your vehicle while you wait with your vehicle. Also, be careful when you're walking on icy sidewalks, icy areas, that you would make sure you have a stable footing before you take that next step to ensure that you don't fall. Also, if the emergency accident reporting plan is in effect, which it is currently, and your vehicles are movable, there's no serious injury or no drugs or alcohol involved, then you can exchange information with that other driver and remove your vehicles from the street and go to an area police station and get an accident report, fill it out there. You can also go to a Quick Trip and get the accident reports from a local Quick Trip, or you can go online to wichitapolice.com, go to forms, click on fill out an accident report. You can fill that out online. Additionally, we also have a mobile app, Wichita Police Department app. You can go to any app store, search Wichita Police Department, download that app, and there's a button on there that says report an accident, and you can report the accident and submit it directly from your mobile device. Today I'm wearing blue. As you can see, I got a blue suit and a blue shirt, and it is in reference to National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month, which is in January. This is to raise awareness of human trafficking in the United States, and the Blue Campaign from the Department of Homeland Security has organized 3 events. The first one is today, hashtag Wear Blue Day. Again, recognizing and bringing recognition to National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. So we encourage everybody to wear their blue and post that on your social media sites using the hashtag Wear Blue Day. The second thing they've organized is a Facebook Live panel discussion that will take place on January 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Or you can pledge your support to Thunderclap campaign, which is again to amplify United Human Trafficking Awareness message on social media. So some ways that you can get involved in helping combat and helping bring recognition to human trafficking and national slavery. If you suspect that someone's a victim of human trafficking, you can call 911, or you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888, or you can text HELP or INFO to Be Free, which is 233-733. So let's all work together to help end national slavery and human trafficking. All right, I have 3 cases we're going to cover today. Some good work being done by the Wichita Police Department, officers and investigators, and in partnership with each other and with Sedgwick County Sheriff's Department. The first one is going to be 4 different drive-bys. I have 4 case numbers. First one is 18C 2068. Second one is 18C 002099. Third one is 18C 002208. And the last one, 18C 002236. And I can get those to you here in a minute if you need those. Four different drive-bys that have occurred. First one was in the 1500 block of North Piatt on the 9th. The second one occurred in the 2400 block of North Minnesota on the 10th. Then we also had 2 others on the 10th, an 800 block of South Mission and the 2800 block of East 23rd Street North. Wichita police officers and investigators have been investigating multiple drive-bys which have occurred over the last several days. Through the diligent investigation of the officers and investigators, 2 suspects were identified, a 19-year-old male and also a 16-year-old male. Officers began doing follow-up and located the suspects in the 3100 block of East Funston early this morning, where they were taken into custody without incident. Both the 16-year-old male and 19-year-old male suspects were booked for multiple counts of aggravated battery, discharge of a firearm into an occupied dwelling, felon in possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana with intent to sell, and possession of ecstasy. Great investigation and great follow-up work done by our officers and investigators, and an example of the work being done by your Wichita Police Department officers each and every day.
Where were they arrested at?
3100 block of East Funston in that area.
And he said there was one on January 8th, two on January 10th, and when was the other one?
There was 1 on January 9th and 3 on the 10th.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Were they arrested in a residence?
No, they were arrested getting into a vehicle. Yep. All right, second case we're going to talk about is an evade and elude that occurred early this morning about 3:30 in the 1400 block of South Bluffview. Case number 18C 002338. Thursday, January 11th, at approximately 3:30 a.m., a Wichita police officer had observed a stolen tan Infiniti SUV in the 1400 block of South Bluffview. The officer attempted to stop the vehicle when the driver of the vehicle accelerated and refused to stop. Another officer utilized a tire deflation device on the vehicle in the area of Kellogg and Hillside. The driver continued to flee north on Hillside and attempted to turn left onto Oakland when the vehicle struck a tree. The driver then fled from the vehicle on foot, was tased, and taken quickly into custody by the pursuing officer. The driver, a 17-year-old male, sustained only minor injuries during the incident and was booked into the juvenile detention facility for felony evade and elude, resist arrest, speeding, possession of stolen property, and an outstanding county warrant, Sedgwick County warrant. So outstanding work again by Wichita police officers in investigating and identifying this stolen vehicle and making an arrest.
When did you say that happened?
About 3:30 this morning.
3:30 this
Mm-hmm.
morning.
What kind of tire deflation device was he?
Stop sticks. Mm-hmm.
And where did the car crash at?
Oakland and Hillside.
Do you know where the car was stolen from?
I don't have where the car was stolen from, but it was reported stolen.
About how long did that chase go on?
Well, it was about 1400 South Bluffview, and then it was going north on Hillside, so several minutes, I would say. I don't have the exact time, but several minutes.
I think we've asked you this before.
Sure.
Obviously, at night or in the early morning hours,
Mm-hmm.
you can stay on the chase a little bit longer because obviously there's less traffic.
Yeah, we do evaluate if officers are involved in a chase. Our supervisors are evaluating what charges are involved in that chase, the traffic, speeds, different things, because we are wanting to ensure the safety of not only our officers but also the community. So that's something that we do evaluate in any chase. All right, last case to talk about is another evade and elude case where we're assisting the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Department. Our Wichita police case number is 18C002301. Occurred in the area of Maple and Ridge about 9:30 last evening. Wednesday, January 10th at approximately 9:30 p.m., Patrol West officers were assisting a Sedgwick County Sheriff's Sergeant on a vehicle pursuit. The Sedgwick County Sheriff's Office Sergeant was pursuing a white Dodge Neon that had been reported stolen under case number 18C500820. A Wichita police officer was attempting to use a tire deflation device in the area of Maple and Brummett when he observed the fleeing vehicle speeding towards him. The officer did retreat from his position on foot in an evasive maneuver not to be struck, and the driver of the fleeing vehicle swerved at the last second, not striking the officer or striking the officer's patrol vehicle. The pursuit did continue to the apartment complex at Central and Waco, where the driver exited a moving vehicle in the parking lot and fled on foot. The stolen vehicle then rolled into the river, and officers located and arrested the suspect in the area of the Riverside tennis courts. The suspect, a 32-year-old male, was arrested and booked into jail for aggravated assault of a law enforcement officer and felony evade and elude. Great work by all the officers involved, an example of the dangers that officers face each and every day. I know that we are working in conjunction with the Sedgwick County Sheriff's Department on this case, and we'll be presenting charges along with them in reference to this case as well.
So the stop sticks were attempted to be deployed near Maple and
Brummett,
Brummett?
BRUMMETT.
Did you say where the chase actually started? I know you mentioned Maple and Ridge, but
I'm not sure exactly where it started. I believe it started outside of the city and then moved into the city. You would have to get with Sedgwick County Sheriff's Department to get that information as they started the chase. Anything else?
Going back to our drive-by arrests.
Sure.
Are those guys gang members?
Yes, it is gang related. Yes, it is gang
These are
related.
Gang-related drive-bys?
Yes.
so of those four,
Mhm.
there were four, right?
Yes.
How many of them are they all connected?
Yes.
They're all connected.
Yes.
The vehicle that they were arrested while getting into, was that a stolen vehicle? Or was it used in any of the drive-bys?
I don't have that information. Right.
Any update on any local arrests related to swatting?
No updates, not right now on that case.
Do you have any updates on the gaming arrests or the search that you guys did for that recently?
Sure. No, we sent out a press release yesterday,
Okay.
just in reference to that. It's still an ongoing, active investigation, so that's the information we have. What we released yesterday, I don't have any additional information at this time.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Are you going to get the number of crashes this morning?
I sure will. All right. All right. Be safe out there. It's still a little slick, so I want everybody be safe whether you're commuting by foot or vehicle.
Do you know, I'm just gonna ask you this, I should ask it earlier.
Sure.
Obviously, we're dealing with a lot of ice right now.
Sure.
Do you know what the law is pertaining to sidewalks in residential areas?
What do you mean the
Who's
laws?
responsible for?
I would have to look into that as far as who's responsible for that. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
You are getting those numbers for us? Or are you gonna